Let me ask you this question, because I noticed there's been a lot more businesses that do this, where they create kind of like an app, right? And for their business, where you can shop on their app, and then they build some kind of it's like a customer experience with the loyalty program.
Yep.
Where you rack up points. For every $100 you spend, you get $5 credit or whatever. Is Planet 13? Do you think they'll ever do something like that along those lines, where you can build a customer loyalty program for the locals who are in town, or are you mostly catering to the tourists, and you don't think that's so much as important to Planet 13?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think, first of all, a loyalty program of any sort is, if you don't have one, I think you're really messing up.
Yep.
Right. I think it's very crucially important. For us, we adopted a new system over the past few months where we actually track it by your spend. So we already do have a loyalty program for locals and for people who maybe come to Vegas every month, or whatever it may be, right? So it can get saved for however long you want it to be saved. But for the setup we have is its percentage of spend. So we were doing it tracked on per visit in our previous location, in our previous store. But when we transferred to the superstore, we did it off percentage of spend, because we're starting to reward for actually what you're spending, right? And that was a huge step for us. So it's actually integrated with our POS system, so you can actually track that.
Oh,
and
that's tight.
Yeah.
So it's not like a card or anything. It's just like you'll remember the name and everything.
So it's like you come in and purchase. Nice. I go, hey, what's your phone number? I enter your phone number, and you make that purchase. You receive the points, and you can also redeem those as well for
which is crazy, because when you implement a customer loyalty program, you kind of get in the way of their decision for where they're gonna go, right? Like let's say I have a Starbucks card, and I have a Dutch Bros, right, punch card. If I have, I got a free drink at Dutch Bros, it's a little further away, and Starbucks is right there, but I want that free drink because I racked up those points. I'm gonna make the trip to Dutch Bros, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're incentivizing. You're becoming now the middleman on a returning customer.
Yep.
Which is kind of dope.
Yep. And I think nowadays everybody has some sort of loyalty program. I'm sure some marijuana dispensaries don't, because I think sometimes they haven't evolved to where the market is, just in a general perspective. But I think for us, it was really important for us to track it by their spend and actually reward them. So if you go in there and spend $300, I'm not going to say, here's $5 per visit. No, we want to actually say, because you spent so much, we gave you this much back.
Yeah, that's nice. Because I'll say, like, the stamp cards, that's what I like. You know, when they have like 10 things, I'm like, that shit hypes me up. I'm like, ooh, I got my stamps. And they're like, we'll give you an extra one for spending that much. Yeah. I know it's kind of different, because
I'm a marketing guy, so I'm always doing like the math in my head. So I know, like, okay, if I buy 10 cups of coffee and I get the 10th free, like, that's actually like, I'm really only getting $1.
Yeah, you're not saying.
I was like, it's like I'll toss cards, but I actually do that math in my head. But I think not everybody thinks about that, right?
No,
that's just
it's like you said, it's the experience of feeling that you're gonna get either something for free, or you're getting a discount on it. You know what I mean? Like that because I know like what's it called? Farmer Boys down the street.
Yeah.
I think if you spend you got to spend like $65. Every $65 you spend there, you get $5 for free.
Okay.
You know, but it's also like, it's incentivizing you personally just go there to eat your food, because you know, you think about every trip's going to be what, $8 to $10, $13 a trip. You have to go 5 or 6 times to rack up your points, right?
Yeah.
Now you wouldn't ordinarily go 5 to 6 times in a month. You'd probably go once every couple months. But if you're working towards a goal, you're more likely to go back there, right?
It's weird though, because it's I guess it's just the tangibleness of having a card or like an app where you can see your points, so you feel like, oh, I'm actually gaining something from that. I think it's like psychological almost. Like you know, it doesn't really matter in the end. Like you're saving maybe. And once again,
and I have to. One of the other points I forgot to mention, we give 20% off to all locals.
That's
so
dope.
People don't realize
can you say that one more time for the people in the back?
Yeah. So it's 20% for all medical patients, locals. So we try to really cater towards them and offer them more discounts. We do like almost like a VIP texting platform. So we'll send specials and promotions per day, or big events that we're having where we we do 50% off this or this price that, you know, we do some promotions for them. But for us, we got to really think about the marijuana side of things is really touchy for people. So you get people in industries that they're technically not allowed to consume cannabis. And so giving them a card that says Plant 13 loyalty reward member, like they're like, no, I want nothing to do with that. Like they freak out. Like, no, I don't want to. Actually, I don't even want to purchase. Like, you know, they'll freak out. Like they
really.
I mean, people get really touchy about that because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to get in trouble for a lot of these different things. So we have to always consciously kind of think about that.
Makes sense.
And coming from the medical market, I mean, we were medical in Nevada first. We had Medizin. It was a dispensary prior. That Medizin turned into a branded product that now is sitting on the shelves exclusively at Plant 13. But we learned really how to cater towards that specific customer base. So we knew how private that information was, HIPAA compliant, all that stuff, that we really treat each person's identity and customer information really privately.